Hey, good weekend to you, and welcome to Leading Edge. I'm Jerry Anderson. Well, as COVID-19 case numbers just continue to soar, the Lucas County Regional Health Board ordered schools for those above sixth grade closed and their activities, including sports, shut down. Well, some schools are not taking that order quietly. Some filed suit seeking a restraining order, hoping to overturn the board's orders. Now, these schools are Christian schools who are joined in the lawsuit by Citizens for Community Values, described as Ohio's largest Christian public policy organization. My first guest on Leading Edge today is Scott Gibson, Superintendent over at Toledo Christian Schools. And I want to underscore, be very clear here, TCS is not a party to this legal action. But Mr. Gibson has wrestled for months with running schools during a pandemic. He's a private school superintendent, a religious school, a Christian school, and proudly so. So he certainly understands the issues at play here. Good to see you, my friend. I know we had a chance to have a good discussion about this in November at your dinner auction. TCS opened this fall with full-time, face-to-face instruction. Now, yes, guidelines certainly in place. And you did so in constant consultation with medical authorities, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We've got three physicians that we lean on pretty heavily. These are family physicians, and they are constantly researching on their own and getting a lot of advice from their collaborations with fellow physicians. And so we've leaned on them heavily, and we've also, minded the CDC guidelines as well as the state guidelines as to returning back to school safely. And so we've layered mitigation strategies, which is what we were learning to do. And, we've learned as we've gone as well to do other things. Like, for instance, an electrostatic disinfectant machine was employed here so that we could disinfect classrooms every single night. And so those kind of strategies are happening. We have seen just across the board, our families really want their kids in school. And so we've made an effort with our faculty and staff to do just that.
Okay, and let's go with that, because you felt and do feel, while being responsible, that kids need to be in school with kids and with teachers. Go with that.
Yeah, that's correct. Educational testing just released a study. Dr. Wise just released a study to say that the achievement gap, especially in elementary, is widening because of remote learning. It is clear that younger students have a hard time remote learning, especially with attention deficit, with somebody guiding and leading them. And on a virtual setting, it's very difficult for kids in the elementary years to do that. And so they especially pointed to, Dr. Wise did, that math and reading were widening because we see the greatest uplift in ability in elementary students to do math and to read well while they're with the teacher in class. It's difficult to cover that on a remote setting, phonetically and some other things that we do here. So we know that in-class learning is so key and so needed. Our parents want it. We've done everything we can. Teachers have been phenomenal implementing all of the mitigation strategies to reduce spread, and we've seen great results. We're going to continue to push forward with having in-class learning.
Okay. Do you have a remote element?
We do. Yeah, that's important, Jerry. I'm glad you said that. So we offered our families at the beginning of the school year, 16 weeks ago, we offered our families that if you are at all concerned that maybe you have a loved one that has pre-existing conditions, we're offering remote to your student. Now, here's the important thing. It's very difficult. You need a parent to be in the home to help the elementary student out. As the kids get older, they can do it independently, but it is important that they have help at home if they're younger in order to guide and lead them with the teacher. So we have what's called asynchronous and synchronous learning. Synchronous learning in the education field is when you have video instruction happening live with the teacher. Okay. That happens here at Toledo Christian Schools all the way from 7th grade through 12th grade. Actually, we do it in 6th and 5th as well. But from 4th grade on down, you've got to do asynchronous learning where they're actually learning from a video that the teacher has pre-recorded. The parent then needs to be involved. And when they get involved, it'll work, but it's still not as good as in-class learning.
Okay, but it is out there as an option for those parents
Right.
who so choose.
Right.
Scott Gibson is my guest. Superintendent, that's the right term, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct.
Because there's head of school over here and there's president of St. John's over there. Scott Gibson is superintendent at Toledo Christian Schools. They are not party to a lawsuit brought by other Christian schools, including my friends at Emmanuel Christian. I have a long history with them. St. John's Jesuit, Monclova Christian Academy, challenging the health order, shutting schools, and again, shutting schools for those above sixth grade, like 7 through 12, and closing down activities, including sports. I'm going to need to take a break here. I want to pick it up with that. Is Scott Gibson, can you hang with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. This is Leading Edge. We'll be right back after this.